Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now in today's episode we have the final group game in Group G, I believe we're in, against Bayern Munich. And of course we've got a ton of fixtures to review since the last time you met. So the last time we met was the first game against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, which of course finished 2-0. We followed that up against league leaders Chelsea and beat them 4-0. A hat-trick from Maximiliano Sugo and a goal from Dimitri Annan completed the scoring for us. And then an absolutely frightening game against West Brom. We just went absolutely crazy. 3 goals from Maximiliano Sugo, 3 goals from Dimitri Annan, 1 for Tini, 1 for Esparza, 1 for Guendouzi. We even missed a penalty in the 21st minute. We then played Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League and we won this one 3-0. A goal from Guendouzi, Annan and Lincoln completing the scoring. We then went away to QPR in the Premier League and Maximiliano Sugo and Jadon Sancho got the goals to give us the victory. We then played Swindon in the Carabao Cup and we beat them 3-0. Maximiliano Sugo with 1 and Jadon Sancho with 2. A quiet game actually, we should have performed a lot better, but the boys got the job done in the first half. We then played Brighton away. Lincoln got themselves 4 goals in this game. We absolutely robbed Brighton here. They had plenty of opportunities to get back into this game and the opportunities we created were few and far between, but Lincoln within 25 minutes got us 4-0 up and after that we were cruising. We then played our second match against Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League. We won this one 2-0 away from home. Goals from Jose Luis and Dimitri Annan completing the scoring. We then played Manchester City, our Champions League finalists from last year, and beat them 3-0. A really comfortable game. They did not offer anything going forward. 2 goals from Mateo Rios and 1 from Lincoln. We then played Everton away from home in the Premier League. Oscar Pfeiffer and Younger Blout getting the goals for us. 2 goals from our centre-halves is always nice to see. So yeah, we're ticking along nicely in the league. And then we played Red Bull Salzburg in the Champions League and we won 11-0. A 17-minute 5-goal absolute demolition from Sugo, who then got himself injured in the 28th minute and had to come off. Lincoln got himself on and got himself a hat-trick. Luis Enrique Arranz, Nievas and Sancho completed the 11-0 scoring for us. We then played Leicester in the Premier League. 2 goals from Luis Enrique Arranz, who came back from injury and he's performing okay, and Vignato getting the goal. And then the worst result of all, we got beat 3-2 by Arsenal. They took a 1-0 lead in the 16th minute. We got an equaliser through Luis Enrique Arranz. Vignato then gave us the lead. Then they equalised again in the 67th minute. Then the 96th minute, Alex Iwobi got himself on and scored the goal to give them the victory. We dominated the match. We tried everything to try and get the win, but unfortunately we ended up getting beat. And in the final game before Bayern Munich, we beat Watford 6-0 at home in the Premier League. 1 from Dimitri Annan, Esparza, Lincoln, Luis Enrique Arranz and a double from Vignato, securing the victory for us. And all of that action sees us lying top of the Premier League, 1 point clear from Chelsea, 2 from Manchester United and 7 points clear of Manchester City in 4th. And of course we are sitting top of the Champions League group. We've already qualified, but I wanted to bring you this Bayern Munich game because it's a good test as to how we're doing in this season. You know, the 11-0s are all well and good against Red Bull Salzburg, but we also need to be beating the likes of Bayern Munich away from home if we are to stand a chance of winning the Champions League this season. So, this is the lineup we're going to go with. We'll start with Pickford in goal, Pfeiffer, Luis and Rios as our centre-backs, Rickson right wing-back, Malagras left wing-back, Esparza and Phil Foden in the centre, Vignato on the right, Luis Enrique Arranz on the left and Lincoln up top. We'll have Younger Blout, Michael Althans, Kieran Tierney, Matteo Guendouzi, Jadon Sancho, Dimitri Annan and Maximiliano Sugo on the bench. And they line up in their familiar 4-5-1 system. Obviously they've got some excellent players and we will have to be at our best if we are to get the victory today in Germany. So we kick off in Germany, shooting from right to left, hoping for a good first half performance. Highlight now, 5 minutes in, Ammerhauser plays the ball to Cucurella on his left hand side. He gets the ball back post. Roy's there, hits the bar. He had the beating of Pickford there. Bayern Munich look like they've started strong in the early exchanges. We're 8 minutes in. Schulze, Malagres cuts it out. Can we break now? Giving the ball back to Bayern Munich. They have Fardin on this left hand side. Back to Cucurella. Ammerhauser slips it through for Schulze. Big save from Pickford to keep us in this game. And just looking at the stats in the early exchanges, I'm going to lower the tempo a bit. We are not getting on the ball enough. We haven't had any shots yet. They have really dominated this match early on, but we'll have a chance here with Vignato on the right hand side. Gets the ball in the box. Lincoln is there. Kind of put it away though. As you can see by the stats here, they are dominating possession and getting a lot of the shots in. But they are weak conditioning, so hopefully that'll see us well later on in the game. Lincoln now, he can set Vignato away. He's got the pace to beat his man here. He's gone round the outside. Who's arriving in the box? Nobody. The highlight continues now. Bayern Munich have the ball with Sola in central midfield, but Esparza cuts it out. And Aranz can run down this left-hand side, finds Lincoln inside, back to Aranz. Vignato's back post. That makes it 1-0. We are in the lead in Germany. As we can see here, Esparza with a nice ball outside to Luis Enrique Aranz, who finds a nice little 1-2 with Lincoln, gets the ball back post. Vignato is completely unmarked, the defender on the wrong side, and we'll make it 1-0. Lincoln has took a knock, and I'm going to, it's not it hasn't come up as an injury, but I'm not going to risk it, particularly when we've got the quality of Sugo on the bench. There's no necessity to, but Sugo now breaks in. He's got someone arriving. Esparza flicks out Rickson back to Vignato. It's double. We need to, come on, somebody do something. Sugo, he's there. He makes it 2-0. As we can see, the ball bobbles about for a long time. Vignato with a very interesting pass into the box. Phil Foden to Milagres. Milagres finds Sugo. He's got all the time in the world. Literally, practically walks it in, really. Makes it 2-0 Sunderland. Highlight straight from kick-off. Bayern Munich must be trying to get back into this game. Farden with the ball in, but it's cleared by Jose Luis. Sulia now dilly-dallying on the ball, and Sugo dispossesses him. Is anybody arriving in the box? There's not. He's going to take the strike on, but it's not going to get in the goal. Bayern Munich will feel very hard done by going by the stats, but look at the conditioning on these boys. They're not managing the squad very well, it seems, but we take a 2-0 lead into half-time. Obviously, you couldn't ask for anything more from the boys, really. Going in against Bayern Munich, last year's semi-finalists in the Champions League. 2-0 up is an absolutely brilliant achievement. And we're just going to go off attacking and go to standards. See if we can keep a clean sheet would be a nice one. Oh, Jose Luis dilly-dallying on the ball, and Roy gets in the box, but he cannot put it away. 70 minutes in now, 20 minutes remain. We're going to make some changes. We'll get Guendouzi on for Phil Foden, and we'll get Tierney on for Milagres. And that's it, full time, 2-0 against Bayern Munich. The stats show they were robbed, but to be honest with you, not many of their opportunities, apart from very early on, looked like clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities. So maybe they did have the majority of the ball and the majority of the shots, but they weren't quality. So I just wanted to quickly show you the average rating from our boys, because some of them are absolutely ridiculous. Ruben Diaz is playing well when he does get a game, which is not too often these days. Maximiliano Sugo, 20 goals in 10 games with 7 substitute appearances is absolutely insane. Luis Enrique Aranz, as I said, doing well since he's come back. 10 appearances, 2 substitutes, 7 goals and 11 assists. Lincoln, 14 starts, 3 substitute appearances, 21 goals and 5 assists is absolutely insane. Just wanted to show you how some of the boys are developing as well. Mateo Rios, 5-star, 5-star. This guy is absolutely fantastic. If you remember, we signed him for 1.7 million way back when. I think it was the second season in the Championship Premier League. And he went straight into the first team, and he's been stuck there ever since. He's been absolutely fantastic. Vignato, of course, had a big injury last season, which you can see his peer stat has went down 1, but performing absolutely brilliantly in the Premier League and in the Champions League. 17 appearances, 7 goals, 12 assists, 7.86 average rating is absolutely brilliant. Kieran Tierney, often someone who I don't speak about too much because he is our backup left wing back, but he's performing every time he gets on the pitch. It'd be nice to see Jose Luis's development as one of our starting centre backs now. Physically, he's just a dream. Not quite as good as Pfeiffer, but he is a dream. And then just, you know, he's really well rounded as a centre back. And just to end off, we're going to have a look at Pfeiffer, who's actually quite far down in terms of average rating, but he is the best centre back I have ever seen on any football manager, hands down. So looking forward to the next episode. We've obviously got the Champions League first knockout round in February. I am going to bring you a game somewhere in the January period. Might be a League Cup semi-final if we can get past Everton, but I think I would prefer actually to maybe play Tottenham. No, Tottenham's in February. Too far. We'll go to Liverpool. Obviously, we smashed them earlier in the season at home. Can we do it away? Well, an absolutely fantastic result against Bayern Munich, which sees us finish top of our group in the Champions League and hopefully get a favourable draw for the first knockout round. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying my content, why are you not subscribed? Get done. But until next time, take it easy.